Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nicole Nalepa, and here are your top stories on this Wednesday morning, July 20th. The First Lady of the United States will be kicking off a summer reading and education tour spanning multiple states, and her first stop is in Connecticut. And we're going to send things on over to Lauren right now. Here's a live look at New Haven, where Dr. Jill Biden will be arriving just around 12:30 at Tweed, New Haven Airport. And Lauren, she's going to be arriving to some hot temperatures.
Yes,
isn't that right?
Very hot out there, Nicole. That's why we are in an early warning weather alert for today and for tomorrow, and that is due to the fact that we're expecting heat index values 95 to 100 degrees. It's going to feel brutally hot out there, scorching hot, so definitely take precautions. Drink lots of water through the day today. Stay in some shade if you do have to be outside. And then tomorrow, we're tracking the threat for some strong to severe storms too. So there's multiple threats for tomorrow, and we could be seeing some very gusty and even damaging wind for tomorrow with a couple of these storms passing through. Heat advisory, yes, in place for today and tomorrow, and this air quality alert in place for the shoreline for today. So anybody vulnerable or sensitive to that air quality needs to be aware of that. And here's a look at our early warning pinpoint Doppler. We're scanning dry conditions out there right now. We were seeing a couple of showers in some northern spots before I was tracking that, but this strong to severe storm threat is in place for tomorrow, as mentioned. So the Storm Prediction Center put us in this slight risk category yesterday, which is pretty early. That is level 2, where you see that highlighted yellow along the shoreline, a less risk. We're at level 1 in the marginal category. So we're tracking the potential for a 6-day heat wave. It started yesterday with some temperatures in the 90s inland, and if that continues all the way to Sunday, as we're predicting, we will be once again in a 6-day heat wave. A heat wave is in place when there are 3 consecutive days of 90 degrees or more. So that dangerous heat is specifically right now that we're watching for today and tomorrow, but it looks pretty hot as well for the weekend. We may have another alert in place for that. So here's a look at our dew point trend. We stick around in the muggy category literally until some of those storms pass along with a front into Friday. Dew points go back down into pleasant for a short time, and then they get right back up for the weekend. And here's a look at what it could feel like out there this afternoon. This is the heat index value, so anywhere from the mid to even the upper 90s for today. And then here's a forecast for tomorrow, 100 degrees in the Hartford area. Definitely very steamy. Once again, Friday, the humidity goes down, so it's not going to feel as hot out there, so that's the good news, but it's still going to be in the 90s. Here's a live look in New London, a mix of sun and clouds, 76 degrees out there. It looks pretty nice, right? Temperatures are in the 70s, so still not a bad feel with dew points actually on the rise. So in some locations, we are at 70 degrees now, so that's a little bit of an impressive dew point. Those wind speeds are nice and calm. So if you're heading out the door today, this afternoon, we could see mostly clear conditions. Maybe a spot shower is possible. Besides that, we stay dry. For tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, some more clouds piling in with a little bit of moisture. And then for the afternoon, here's a look at those storms I was talking about. So we could see some just isolated storms pass through anywhere, I think, from 1 to 6 p.m. at this point, but maybe later is definitely possible. This futurecast specifically not showing too much of those storms. And then into Friday, we're looking at some bright sunshine for the day. Now on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday looking like the better day of the two, where we have a mix of sun and clouds. And then Sunday afternoon into the evening, we're watching another system that could bring some storms with it as well into Monday morning. That 7-day forecast shows us, yep, hot and humid. Temperatures stick around for today, for tomorrow. Once again, Friday, we get a little break from that humidity, but Saturday, Sunday, it bumps right back up. Now, after a front passes through Sunday evening, it looks like Monday and Tuesday are going to be a little more seasonal. Temperatures back in the 80s. So, of course, we'll be keeping you updated on that. Nicole?
Thanks, Lauren. And with all this excessive heat predicted, people are cranking their ACs into high gear. And Eversource is sharing some tips on how to keep your house cool without breaking the bank on those energy costs. First of all, Eversource recommends only turning fans on when you're home, rather than letting them blow all day. Also, experts recommend keeping shades closed to block the sun. Cooking outside rather than inside is huge, and keeping air conditioner coils and filters clean is also another big plus. That will help expedite things and also keep those costs down. They also say keeping your AC slightly warmer by even a degree or two can actually help you save some more money.
Set their thermostat at a moderate temperature, something that's comfortable, but try and be moderate. You know, if you can notch it up a degree or two, that can save as much as 1 to 3% of your electricity usage.
And we're talking a lot about electricity, but when it comes to self-care, don't forget to drink extra water and hydrate. Now at 7:05, happening in just a few hours, the First Lady of the United States will be kicking off a summer reading and education tour, which spans multiple states. And her first stop is going to be right here in Connecticut. Dr. Jill Biden will be joined by Education Secretary Dr. Miguel Cardona. They'll be landing at Tweed New Haven Airport around 12:30, and then they'll be making their way to Albertus Magnus College for a summer reading event at the school. Dr. Biden will be discussing the importance of summer reading and education, as well as how to best address students' mental health needs. After, she'll be heading to Detroit, Michigan as her next stop. And new this morning, New Haven police are looking for the person who they say shot and killed a 29-year-old West Hartford man on Monday. This happened right before 11:30 p.m. Evan Howard was found right in the area of Kensington Street, right between Chapel Street and Edgewood Avenue, and he died from his injuries. But police were able to collect ballistic evidence right at the scene. And they say if you saw anything, if you know anything, please give New Haven police a call. Also staying in New Haven, we are learning more about the body that washed up near a beach in this city yesterday. The victim has been identified as 66-year-old Richard Piccioni of Woodbridge, and his body was found in the water right off of Lighthouse Point Park. Police say there were no signs of trauma or foul play, but at this point, it's still unclear how he died. And all new this morning, a new apartment building is coming to Glastonbury. But most people, including those who voted for it, are not happy. The Planning and Zoning Committee voted last night to approve a 74-unit, 5-story complex right at Manchester Road and Hebron Avenue. However, most were reluctant to vote yes, saying that they just couldn't find enough safety reasons to vote no. They said a state law makes it difficult to vote against the project because a certain percentage of housing units need to be rented at an affordable rate.
We are greatly limited in our options, in our discretion, in light of that flawed statute. We really cannot deny this application unless we find substantial health and safety issues.
Several residents spoke out against the project as well. Their concern is that this multi-story building won't fit in with the rest of the town's quaint aesthetic. We have an update now on a story we first told you about on WFSB+. We now know that it was a robbery investigation that had police crews surrounding that Citgo gas station in Preston yesterday morning. Take a close look at these photos. State police say a man in a dark-colored jacket flashed a gun right at the store clerk and demanded money. After about a minute, police say he ran out of the store and headed east on Norwich Westerly Road. So if you recognize this man in the photo, please call state police.
Let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight.
If you played the Mega Millions last night, it's time to get up and go to work after all, because no winning tickets were sold for the $555 million jackpot. But that means Friday's pot will be worth at least $630 million, the 5th largest prize in Mega Millions history. The winner could take annual payments or a lump sum of $359.7 million. Wow. Good luck to you if you're playing. Thanks so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News on your Wednesday morning. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Be healthy, stay positive, and stay cool out there. It's going to be another scorcher. Lauren will continue to keep you posted throughout the morning and keep that Channel 3 weather app handy. See you tomorrow.